Happening now, the president of the Rocket City Trash Pandas is showing the Madison City Council all that his organization has accomplished in its first year, even without playing a single baseball game. But he says there's one key detail holding them back from doing even more. WAY 31's Grace Campbell spoke with him about the change he'd like to see. Grace?
Dan, the Trash Pandas have made more than $4 million in revenue this past year, and they are even giving the city of Madison over $500,000. But the president of the Trash Pandas told me he believes they could have accomplished so much more if the ramp to I-565 was open.
We've kept every single one of our commitments, and we were hopeful that the commitments that were made to us, including opening the interstate ramp, could come back to us. We really don't know who's responsible for the ramp not being opened.
A spokesperson for the company constructing the ramp, Joey Cece, says there's still a few requirements that need to be met before it's open for travel.
It's kind of functionally complete now. We've got kind of a little punch list of items we were given by the Department of Transportation to go finish.
The president of the Trash Pandas, Ralph Nelson, doesn't want a repeat of the traffic on Zert Road and Madison Boulevard from the Christmas Spectacular Light Show. And he hopes the ramp will be open by the time the Trash Pandas have their first game.
There is no way we can play a baseball game with 7,000 people in this stadium with that ramp closed. It will just create chaos.
The Breland Company told me they expect the ramp to be open within a month. Reporting live in Madison, Grace Campbell, WAY 31 News.
Thanks, Grace. We'll keep you updated on what comes out of that meeting, both here on air and online at waytv.com.
Turning our attention to the coronavirus now, North Alabama is making progress on its vaccine rollout. Today, 500 people got the first dose of the vaccine today at Huntsville Hospital's John Hunt Park location. But officials there say there is a long way to go before anyone younger than 75 can get it. WAY 31's Bridget Divers joins us live outside the hospital with an update on North Alabama's status. Bridget.
Naja, everyone I spoke with today said getting the vaccine was quick and easy, and they did not have to wait long for an appointment. That's because the vaccine clinic is well staffed, with a majority of new hires already being trained on the computer system. So more people can get scheduled to get the vaccine that are 75 and above, or healthcare workers. The senior vice president of operations at Huntsville Hospital says it might be a while, though, before more groups can get the vaccine.
I think the state's holding off until we get more of the 75 and up done, and then we'll bring in the 65 and up in that same process at John Hunt Park. It's a great process.
In several weeks, John Hunt Park will be vaccinating 7,000 people a day. Huntsville Hospital says they do not have any plans currently to open any more vaccine clinics until they make sure they get a stable shipment of vaccines every week to the state. Live in Huntsville, Bridget Divers, WAY 31 News.
Thank you, Bridget. Statewide, Alabama has administered just over 255,000 doses of the vaccine. That's almost half of the doses Alabama received. In the past, just over 68,000 of the doses have been of the Moderna vaccine. 35,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine were administered.
Hospitals around North Alabama are seeing a decline in COVID patients. System-wide, Huntsville Hospital is taking care of 360 COVID patients, with Huntsville Hospital Main taking care of 154 alone. There are currently 98 patients in the ICU system-wide. And help is on the way for those impacted financially by COVID-19. The Madison County Commission is finalizing plans to distribute a $5 million grant to people who need help paying for rent and utilities. The commission is expected to accept the grant on Thursday. Once they get the money, the commission will work with its partners to determine the best way to get that money to those who need it. The grant funds must be used by September 2021. Huntsville has not announced when or how you can apply for that aid money. Madison County students are preparing to head back to traditional learning next week. The superintendent announced that the school system will be allowing students back into classrooms on Monday. The district says that it will address COVID-19 related issues on a school-by-school basis.
Sunday marked 6 years since the Shoals was rocked by a double homicide of 2 young people, and now a suspect is finally in custody. Kayla Glover and Gary Wayne Baskins were shot inside a car in front of Jody's Restaurant in Muscle Shoals. It happened on January 24, 2015. A little over a month ago, this man, Sean Ryan, was arrested for the killings and charged with capital murder. Y31's Brecken Terry spoke with Kayla's family to find out how they're coping all these years later.
Kayla's family told me even with the arrest of Sean Ryan, it doesn't bring them closure, but it does bring them closer to justice. They want Kayla to be remembered as a loving mother and wife. She wanted to be a paramedic, then maybe a nurse one day to help people. She had her whole life ahead of her the night she was killed. Sherry and Hal Howard have been raising Kayla's kids since she passed. They both said the girls mourned their mom differently, and it's been difficult to explain to them what happened. But the young girls had some peace after knowing their mom's killer was arrested.
Her oldest one still remembers Kayla very well and has had nightmares for years ever since then. And I can honestly say that's the first night of peaceful sleep she has had. Her youngest had problems once school started, and everybody else had a mommy, and she doesn't. So it's been hard on them differently.
Kayla's family plans to be at every court hearing to show how much Kayla is loved and missed. Sean Ryan is being held in the Colbert County Jail. He has an arraignment hearing in February. In the Shoals, Brecken Terry, Y31 News.
Coming up, a Sand Mountain community is remembering the life of a detective 26 years after his death. His lasting legacy in Marshall County.
In Huntsville, we have new details